What's the most dangerous word in sales? Most people would say it's no, but I disagree. I think the most dangerous word in sales is maybe. See, no gives you clarity. Maybe gives you confusion.
I'm confused.
No allows you to move on to the next step. Maybe keeps everyone stuck. So today on the 5-Minute Sales Training, I want to show you why maybe is often the biggest obstacle to a successful sale, and how great salespeople help buyers move beyond that dreaded word. Welcome back, everyone, to the 5-Minute Sales Training. If you're new here, time to hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss an episode. And we always appreciate on every episode if you just take a half a second to click that like button. Let's start by redefining the word we're talking about. The word is maybe. It's important we understand this. Maybe isn't really a decision, of course. Maybe is postponed discomfort. It's the buyer saying that I'm not comfortable deciding right now. I'm not comfortable deciding yet. Now that's an important distinction because too many salespeople hear maybe and they think they're making progress. We'll think about it. We're still looking. We're not quite ready. We'll let you know. Those all sound hopeful, but most of the time they aren't progress. They're paused momentum, and our momentum is precious.
Must go faster.
So let's talk about what we can do when we hear the term maybe in its different iterations. First of all, understand what maybe really means. Here's something I've learned after decades in sales. Buyers almost never need as much information as they think they do. More importantly, they need confidence. When someone says maybe, they're often wrestling with something much deeper. Perhaps they're afraid of making a mistake, or they're worried that they'll regret the decision, or they're wondering if something better is around the corner, or they're nervous about spending too much money. Do you notice something? Those aren't information problems. Those are emotional problems.
You're trying to solve an emotional problem.
And emotional problems are solved with conversations, not with brochures and not with features. Great salespeople don't answer maybe, they diagnose the maybe. Second thing to keep in mind, you don't want to camp out on the maybe. One of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make is becoming comfortable with indecision. Well, we'll check back next week, or I'll follow up in a few days. Well, just let me know what you decide. Now look, don't misunderstand me. Sometimes people genuinely need time. So I'm not suggesting that we pin our customer to a wall and pressure them to buy, but I am suggesting that we need to help them think. Instead of accepting maybe, become curious. Ask what part still feels unresolved, or what would need to happen for you to feel confident enough to move forward. Or perhaps help me understand what's making this a difficult decision. Those questions don't create pressure, they create clarity. You're no longer chasing a sale, you're coaching a decision. All right, third thing to keep in mind, remember that clarity is kinder than uncertainty. Now, this may sound surprising, but sometimes a clear no is healthier than a lingering maybe, because clarity creates movement. Maybe just creates emotional limbo. Think about your own life. Have you ever waited for someone who couldn't decide? Maybe they were choosing between jobs or deciding whether to move or whether to get married or whether to make a purchase. Indecision is exhausting. Not because the answer is difficult, but because uncertainty drains emotional energy.
So over this.
Your buyers feel exactly the same way. Sometimes the greatest service that you can provide isn't convincing someone to buy. It's helping them arrive at a confident decision, whatever that decision might be. Buyers don't stay in maybe forever. Eventually, life interrupts. Another builder, another priority, another distraction, another expense. The decision gets made by default instead of by intention, and that's rarely good for anyone. So here's your challenge this week. Listen for maybe language. We'll think about it, we'll keep looking, we're not sure, we'll see. And instead of accepting those words as the end of the conversation, treat them as the beginning of a better conversation. Get curious. Help your buyer discover what's really holding them back. Because indecision rarely solves itself. It usually needs a trusted guide. Now, remember this. Yes is a decision. No is a decision. Maybe is usually an invitation for you to lead. Great salespeople don't fear the word no. They help buyers escape the word maybe because confident decisions create better outcomes for everyone. Hey, thanks for watching another 5-minute sales training. If this episode resonated with you, leave us a comment below. What's your favorite question to ask when a buyer says, we need to think about it? I would love to hear it directly from you. But until next time, everybody, learn more to earn more.